What's good, people? Welcome. This is the Experimentation podcast. This is going to look different to the final episode, but we just like to wish our most sincerest condolences to the lives lost at the Asake concert at Brixton earlier this month. It's heartbreaking. It's deplorable. We are waiting answers. We're hoping that some justice is served and all parties involved can find healing at this time.
Mm-hmm. We won't be speaking on this anytime soon. We want to give the space for the families to grieve. And we also want to focus on what should be a positive of Asake coming to the UK for the first time to perform, selling out the shows, selling out the arenas, and just putting on good music. But unfortunately, this tragic accident did happen, and so we do want to acknowledge that and send our condolences to the families as well.
Yeah, we just like to say this episode was recorded before these events. So if there's any language that is offensive or anything, we apologize in advance. We just want to make sure that we bring across the vibes of the music and the joy of the occasion. So yeah, hope you lot enjoy watching. Take care. God bless. I'm not sure if I should go in like with the music first. Should we go to the music first and then go into it? Alright.
Saying a casual one, bro. Like I said, we're already in.
We're going in right now. Just taking the blood clot sounds and we're dead there.
Let's go.
I can shout.
It's mad.
It's mad, bro. Fuji.
We're gonna get into it. Wait,
much about Fuji on this thing, you know.
Can we get into it? Wait. We're introing this thing properly today, bro. We're getting in. Listen. In fact, I can't even skip battles first. Let me listen to battle quick. Kilo. Hey, watch the dance now. Watch the dance. Watch this guy.
You get me, like. You can't help it, bro.
He's so dumb.
Bro, there's so much good shit here, bro.
We're ready.
Fuck, what am I ordering?
Wait. Alright. You are now tuned in to the biggest, the baddest, the greatest, the most important podcast in the whole Ras Clartin world.
Right? Blame me.
The Big Bad Experimentation podcast.
Come on.
And before we begin, it's only right we say thank you for everybody who subscribed, watched the episode, seen our resplendent, beautiful faces, seen us here with our brother Ohiz, because he's not a guest, you know. This family will say. But I'm going to intro him properly in a second. People, them, like and subscribe. We're here, man. And I'm your host, L Ants RBG. RBG. Grand Verbalizer. LA. Only. I am not even done yet. It's mad. Disciple of Marcus Mosiah Garvey, you know what I mean? A humble African there in a Babylon, you know. Jamaican via Africa. We're here, man. And I'm here with the best two co-hosts in the world. Please introduce yourself. Co-host right in front of me.
Come on, smoothest voice out of West London.
I love Jerry, you know.
I make music. I write stories. I make music.
Yep.
I write stories. And on this podcast here, we're making history.
Yes. And last but most certainly.
Wait, they don't know the name.
Oh,
Jerry the Kid.
Jerry the what? One more time.
Return of the Kid.
Get me.
What's good?
What's good? Aye. And last but certainly not least, we have We have a videography visionary. I have to say visionary every time because he's doing stuff that is unseen. Your eyes haven't even seen what he's seen, but he's seen it before you've seen it. It's legendary. You could even have to make sense of that one. It's crazy. It's mad.
Okay.
Aye.
If you know, you know. You get me?
If you know, you know.
If you don't, you don't. Like,
I'll say this. He may be at your daughter's 30th birthday. He might be filming your music video.
Hey, yo, where's this going?
He might be at the BBC. He might be at Spotify. Let me do that one more time because people are interrupting me. He might be filming your daughter's 30th birthday party in there, working. He might be at Spotify, filming with big names like Julie Adenuga. He might be there working at Amazon, you know, they're dropping the bag +44. You might see him in the ends, the gulliest of streets. And the man them to film same
Working.
Hey yo, put in work. You know what I'm saying?
Just send me details. I'll send you.
Or you might see him as production on one of the greatest podcasts ever, whether it's this one, anything J10XJJ Studio related. He's there. J10XJJ Studios. It's the boy.
Real visionary.
It's the boy, the master, the man. J10. You don't beg no friend.
He's really one of them guys that I mean it when I say I'm trying to be like you. I'm trying to be like you. You get me?
Lovely.
And last week, we spoke about the African giant. Now we must bring in the African lion. We're being joined by Nigeria's finest. The man who has not just one passport, that's like purple. I don't even know if it's changed colour. That's how long I ain't travelled, you know. I don't even know if it's changed colour. He's got the green passport on him, you know what I'm saying? Broadcasting visionary.
Come on.
He's doing so much stuff out here, it's mad. He's favouring with your favourite rapper, my favourite rapper. He's out here working, edits, produces, hosts. It's the man, the myth, the legend, Big O.
Come on, bro.
No Odile, Ohiz.
Come on, bro. Like I said, I'm not a guest in this thing, bro. This family setting,
I
bro.
wish a family.
You get me?
Family.
Nah, it's always love you guys having me on, man.
And
Like,
it's a
it
mad
just
thing.
feels like home, bro. I mean, I came before you lot anyway, so, you know. Anyways.
Let's talk about that.
Back to the show.
Nah, let's talk about that. We're here.
That was violent.
There's a reason why we're starting at this time. We're a little bit in the behind schedule, but we can call it back. You know what I mean? Why were we late today? I'm just struggling to record. What's going on? Hey, yo, people, them during the train strike, man, are missing their trains.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
He wouldn't cut the chains in half. It doesn't count. No, he's only cut it in
That's
half again.
crazy.
Hey, yo.
Actually deep it.
Hey, yo, people, fun fact. Only 20% of the lines are running today. Yeah. So this idiot is working on a tight schedule. Man, it's ruining
They
it.
basically decided to make it 10%.
Literally. And we are here to talk about the one, the only Asake. I think I pronounced it wrong. I know these are going to get onto me the whole episode.
That's decent still.
Yeah.
They were doing them different.
Bad practice behind the
I've been
scenes.
trying a
People
little
lie.
thing still. Not only are we talking about Mr. Money with the vibe right now.
Right now.
We're not just talking about that. We're talking about the rise and impact of Afrobeats and where it can go in the next 10, 15 years. Its forerunners, its leaders. And I felt it was appropriate to start off with an article I've been reading. I think it's amazing the way this person broke this down.
Here it is.
And we're going to start from Mr. Money to Omo Ope. We dissect and trace Asake's road to blowing up. And we need to discuss his blowing up, people. His blowing up has been seismic. He's changed the music industry. Not just in Nigeria, worldwide. Asake is not your regular Nigerian musician. Even the first sentence is gripping you. Since he popped up on the mainstream scene, the Lagos-born artist hasn't taken a break from dominating the charts and airplay. I'm going to repeat that one more time. Dominating the charts and airplay in nearly every music-related conversation you come across on Twitter. Asake's name is likely to come up. Listeners across Nigeria and the globe have all collectively witnessed the singer's ascent the moment he released his first single of the year, Omo Ope. Asake has consistently released back-to-back hits, peaking at the #1 spot on various charts on numerous streaming platforms. And the recurring question is on the minds of many listeners remains, how did he blow up so fast? So I think it's important to start at the beginning of the journey. I know since a man that witnessed that rise with Mr. Money, I want to ask you a question. What did Mr. Money do in the clubs back in Nigeria when it was first released in 2020?
Do you know the thing, that a lot of people don't even know about him? Man started off like doing like comedy. Because the thing is, he studied theater back in Nigeria, whatever, and then he came up with a lot of like YouTube guys. Like he was just like side characters in their skits or whatever. But on the side, like he was still making music. But then nobody really knew, you get me, like nobody really knew what it was. Like he's just one of them ones that was just like, oh, I'm appearing in a skit, but I'll just plug a little bit of my music in there.
Was he more known for his, at that time, was he known more for his skits?
Absolutely. Nobody really knew the music. We just knew him as, because there was this other big like Nigerian YouTuber. His name is Brother Shaggy. That's another big YouTuber that makes skits and that. Like everyone just knew, like, oh, that's the guy that appears in Brother Shaggy's videos. You get me?
How far back was this as well?
Bro, let me tell you, this guy had like short hair as well, like blood, no dreads. This man had short hair, like buzz cutting. Like this must have been like what 2017, 18. Like might have known who he was as an entertainer, like not as a musician. You get me? But then, obviously, like I said, he's just one of them guys that's grinding. Then he signed for YBNL. That's Olamide's label.
The biggest label in the world. We're gonna talk about it. I just want to say this.
What Olamide's ear and just the people
is the best.
His
silly.
ear. There needs to be another episode.
There is gonna be no.
that.
There is gonna be another episode how his label and his seat is running,
influence in of itself is
running
like,
world
bro.
music right now.
But I think it's good that he has, though.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and I just was gonna piggyback off your sentence. He, on top of studying theatre, he also was focused on dance originally as well. And I think that's important because when you watch the videos, when you see the outline of him, he's a very jovial comedian, and that entertainer entity comes out and you can see it. Do you know what I mean? But I think it'd be right to start with first song. You know what I mean? Mr. Money. Is that a cool place to start? In terms of playing it? I'm going to break it down very, very quickly. You know what I'm saying?
Me, I'm not the cop. Me, I'm not the form. My energy is high. What the fuck?
It's the money, can I be your only honey? It's the money, can I be your only honey?
Me, I'm not the cop. Me, I'm not the form. My energy is high. What the fuck? Me, I'm not the cop. Me, I'm not the form.
And obviously, this song was tearing up the club so much, it led to a remix. And the remix took it to a next stratosphere with Zlatan and Peruzzi on it. I'm leading to that right now.
Big up Zlatan, bro.
Listen to the harmonies on these people. It's crazy. Let's go.
It's the money, can I be your only honey? It's the money, can I be your only honey?
He has that ability just to glide on a song.
I like that flow still. I like.
And yeah, that was the remix. Tore it up again. So I'd like you to speak to, and we're going to get into more as we hear these songs, the Fuji influence. First of all, what is Fuji music? Where does it come from, its origins? And then explain to the people then how Asake has used that to cultivate almost a new sound that has the old with the new, and to a point where it's almost unheard of in the world music space.
Although it makes sense now, like the original originator of the sound that is Fuji, like he got the name traveling in Japan.
Mm.
I even thought as well. I just thought that was just a name that was just generated in Niger, whatever. But I found out that was just something that he created in Niger. So the thing with Fuji, yeah, I can't really give a description to it, but any Nigerian will tell you that music is spiritual. There's something like Asake's Blow to me makes perfect sense because there's just something about Fuji, yeah. Like if you listen to original Fuji, like if you're talking about the OGs, like the Yinka Euphyllis, the King Sunny Days, and them man there, yeah. Like once you hear, like there's a vibe to it, bro. Like, and it's almost spiritual as well because a lot of the origins of Fuji music is literally like taken from, like calls to prayers by Muslims in the morning. It's taken from that.
And that's important because we didn't mention that he's a Muslim.
Yeah.
And you can see it. He puts little drops of it in his music. His biggest song, or one of his biggest songs today, in the hook. Anyway,
Get me?
We'll get to what the line is and how significant it is. But the fact that he's using part of his tradition and transposing it into his music is amazing. So
Because
yeah.
even the thing with, like, people like us, like Asake's music is amazing, like no question about it. But his success does not surprise me at all because, like I said, in addition to the fact that, like I said, like the sound of what Fuji is just it's just going to hit you. Then when you now start adding elements of Afrofusion and that little bit of Western production in such a way that most people outside the Nigerian demographic can feel it, there is no way that shit is not gonna hit your soul. It's impossible.
Can I ask, what is like a staple sort of feature within like Fuji music that's like that staples it? That's like you recognize it as that kind of music.
It's two things: vocal inflections and specific instruments, like a talking drum. Like I don't know if most people know that it's like a little. I don't want to, like, it's like a little drum you carry like this. You have like a specific stick for it. Like I said, you hear it, bro. Like there's certain sounds like after all this, like a proper Fuji classics, and you might not understand. Most might don't understand the word Asake is saying. Like that, if you're not Nigerian, don't understand you, but you might not understand the word it's saying. But something about you
hits you in your
it
soul.
just hits you in your soul, bro.
Is there an example of like that kind of music that we could hear that you can that helps to describe it and like actually like staple it as well? Like
In line with him, because you could actually, if you just write Asake Fuji on YouTube, you can literally find him literally just making like pure Fuji songs. Like his voice was created for Fuji. Like his voice is perfect for the sound. Like if he just wanted to just do that and not even delve into Afrobeats, Afrofusion and them things there, he'd still be successful. Probably wouldn't make it here in the West because nobody really listens to Fuji up here, I'll be real. But his voice was built for that.
I wouldn't say on the normal one they don't listen to it.
Yeah, on a normal one,
But,
yeah.
like, obviously at tradition, at motives,
Yeah, like obviously within Nigerian communities, of course, we'll
Like,
bang
just
it
mean,
out.
yeah. The wider audience.
Yeah. But Fuji artists, so like just doing Fuji is not selling out the O2 in this country. Realistically, it's not gonna happen. And Mans did it twice, about to do it 3 times. Not the O2, like Wembley Arena. He sold out Wembley Arena twice. Like not the
Quickly.
whole. He's sold out Wembley Arena twice. He's gonna do a 3rd day, and he's trying to do a bigger venue.
Just for context, how big is the OVO Wembley Arena? The one you're talking about, right?
Yeah, I think it's like
It's 10K.
it's like 12K, something
Is
like
it
that.
12K?
Yeah, something
And
like
that's an important to state, people, because 12,000 people at a concert is not easy at all.
that. Factor in the fact that
As a brand new artist to the West,
Yeah.
regardless of if you know him from Nigeria, he's a
Yeah.
brand new artist to the West.
because
go
Mr.
on.
Money with the vibe, the song and Mr. Money is like, again, that's when I was just like, oh, who's this guy? I'm mess with him. But most man, especially in this country, cannot honestly tell me they knew about Asake before Sungba.
I'm one of the big man thing. I didn't know who this guy was.
Of course, like I don't blame you, Lord.
Big man thing.
Because
Hand
even
up.
when Sungba dropped, I knew it was him, and I was just like, as soon as I heard it, I was just like, yeah. Like as soon as I was just like, yeah.
I've got
Like,
another.
like it's done. Like I knew he was gonna blow up here.
Mm.
As soon as I heard the song, I was just like, this is incredible.
12.5. That's a big venue. Just to put that in context, people. Skilly Bang came down and tore a venue that was about 3,500 people. And it, sold out instantly and tore it down. I was there. Tore it down. People struggle to, there's way bigger artists than Asake. For example, Meg,
In
not
the
even
UK.
not just the UK, but in the UK, Meg struggled to sell out Brixton. Meg the Stallions
You swear.
struggled. Let me know. Huh?
And I think it was
More
before.
time.
It just came out.
I think it was announced. Then
It was announced and then she did
Oh,
the
was it
tour.
Savage Times?
No,
Nah,
this
this
was
was
the other day. People were giving away tickets. Are you lot okay? Yes.
Remember, I sent that the thing on the group chat time ago when it got announced.
And we had the discussion about it on the group chat. And then I got sent tickets to go.
And you didn't go.
Of course I didn't go.
Oh, well, yeah.
No, not like that. I was busy. So not even honored like that. Because I'll go to concerts of artists that I don't particularly feel to network. So I don't even mind doing that.
Okay, I hear that.
But I'm talking about, no, I'm not going to go. But I'm saying there's big artists. Even Beanie Man has had to reschedule tours. That's a massive artist with international songs. So for him to be able to do that shows to the purchasing power of Nigerians, then wider African people, then black people, then to the accessibility and the international nature of the music. I like.
Yeah.
So you was talking about Sungba, yeah? I just wanted to lead with in terms of then he got signed. And we spoke about it briefly to... Can you just say the actual name of the label, please? Say the name of the label.
Yeah, YBNO.
YBNL. And
Yeah.
it stands for what?
YBNO Nation. That's
Yahoo Boy Laptop Nation.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Boy, no laptop. That's what it is. Yahoo
nice.
Boy, no laptop.
Yeah, no laptop. Alright, sorry, I'll do it again.
Oh, crazy.
Alright, I'm gonna say that again. Yahoo Boy No Laptop Nation.
Now that I actually remember, it's like, yeah, that makes sense. You say that.
You do that.
So now that I actually think about it, it actually makes sense that this is Olamide's label, you get me? Because Yao Boy, obviously, most people know like the whole concept in Yao Boy, that's a scammer, you get me? And most of
Allegedly.
allegedly, you get me? And
We got you, bro. We got you, bro.
I like this guy.
Go on,
and
bro.
no laptop, yeah, it's like the basic trying to say is just like, oh, we're scammers, but we're not illegal. You get me? Like, we're not doing illegal activity. We're just out here making a music thing. You get me? Because Yahoo Boy is like the number one equipment that they use for their scams or whatever, like computers and that.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, of course. Like, this could all be fiction, anyways. But yeah, but whole point is, yeah, like, you know, that's just a tongue-in-cheek type name. Olamide is just that guy. Like, he's from the streets. He's not one of them man that had connects or whatever.
Or money.
None of that, bro. Like, Olamide came up dirt poor. That's why nobody can claim voice of the streets in Nigeria.
Like him.
He's the, when you say who's the voice of the streets in Nigeria, it's Olamide. Like, nobody can come for that title in life ever. That's him.
And it shows through his collaborations list and how free he can move. No one can tell him nothing.
Bro,
He can collaborate with this person and that person, and no one says, no, you're allowed to do
I'll
that.
be real. I've seen Wiz live. This is just in Niger. I've seen Wiz live. I've seen Burna live. I've seen Bearman. I've seen David. I've seen Bearman live. I know me in my heart. I'm a pussy. I cannot go to an Olamide show. I'll be real. I can't.
What, in Niger and
In the UK, calm. In Niger, I can't do it. Because I've seen what the crowd is like. I can't do it.
It's mad.
I can't
That's
do
crazy.
it. Even Whiskey is a bit, because he's from Ojo Eleba, you know, eating them things there. But the part of the world, or the part of Nigeria Olamide is from, them man worship him, bro. Anytime he pulls up to them sides, like he's like a martyr there.
You know who's that like? I'll cut you in and then you can do your point. That's in Jamaica. Bounty killers like that.
Really?
You don't, same way kind of cut. All the
I
dance
think you're gonna
artists.
say Vibes, but obviously he's
No.
a pen, bro.
Person who found Vibes Cartel was who? Bounty Killer, Mavado, Busy Signal. All the greatest dancers of the last... Baby Sham was recording in the studio with Dave Kelly and Bounty Killer. Bounty Killer. Bounty Killer was the one, apart from like
a history
your
lesson as well.
Ninja Man, apart from Ninja Man's, who's a bit older, he's the one who brought like the gunman element into dancehall. The same sort of time the Notorious B.I.G. rest in peace came around to hip hop, and that gangster rap East Coast came back in terms of, do you know what I mean?
It was George the Poet.
No,
that
but it's
episode.
before.
And as in, I heard it from that episode. Like
Yeah, it's the same thing, but
breakdown
I'm
thing.
talking about in a different element of, in terms of Big, he was too young to have the streets. Bounty Killer bust so many artists in dancehall, and people contend it, obviously.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not saying it in a rude way, but I'm saying that these artists were so talented. These artists were all so talented. They were all gonna probably bust without without Bounty Killer, but his presence was so omnipresent. He was so ubiquitous in the space that you couldn't move him. Do you know what I mean? I think if he has the same effect like he does, then it makes sense. Same thing as, you know who else has got that effect in Ghana? Shatta Wale.
Defo.
Man don't move in Ghana without Shatta Wale's say so, in terms of on the street level. Do you know what I mean? So those type of artists always live long. Those artists always live long because they have the streets.
Yeah.
And they're always protected. Do you know what I mean?
Like, even, like, I just need to look for videos of, like, Asake, like, interacting with Olamide. Like, every time he sees it, bear in mind, like, they work together at this point. Like, right now, Asake is probably making Olamide millions. Asake is always, because obviously in Nigeria, there's a sign of respect. You, like, prostrate, you go to the ground or whatever. Almost every video I see of both of them together, Asake is, like, on the ground, like, thanking Olamide like, the album release party for Mr. Money with the Vibe, like the EP that just dropped here. He just spent the whole thing thanking Olamide. Like, just the whole... He could have been celebrating, he just spent the whole thing. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Like, Olamide is just trying to tell us, like, bro, this is your moment, bro. Like, everyone's trying to celebrate you. What are you doing? Spending the whole thing trying to... Like, you know... Like, I get it, boom. Like, but Olamide, he's so humble. And Asake is even like the first person in his bus like this.
Fireboy is another big,
Fireboy
and
as
we're gonna
well.
get into that in this conversation. So we're gonna move on swiftly. Yeah,
Fireboy, Lil Cash.
Before you said that, I was gonna add Naira's also got that. Cult.
yeah, 100%, 1,000%,
That
and also
that youth cult following.
and
Mad.
that plus he's bussing artists as well. Bust about 3.
Yeah.
He's bust about 3 so far, and it's still going,
Effortless as well.
and it's still going.
Effortlessly, bro.
I feel like, I don't know, just seeing it from maybe outside in, I don't know, we're not inside the camp, innit, but seeing it from outside in as if it's just genuine, like, you're genuinely my brother, let's get you out there, let's get you to the best you can be.
100%.
Bro.
Obviously there's going to be bread involved, but it seems from what I've seen that it's just genuine, like,
It's love,
Bro,
It's real love, yeah.
Bro, I think this must have been like 2020. Like, Naira filled up a stadium in Niger. He didn't perform a thing. He just walked around.
Wait, what?
He didn't perform a. He just walked around the whole. He just walked around the whole thing. I think what's his name from the Halfcast podcast? Chucky. Yeah, he did a documentary on it. You can actually see it.
Apparently I heard he comes mad late as well.
Bro,
But I heard a lot of them do that as well.
Bro, I have stories, bro. And that's one thing that I will happily talk about here on a foreign platform, bro. Because,
Was it for it?
bro, I swear,
How come I say it's
I've
safe here?
suffered for it, bro. Because this is the thing, yeah. In this country, there's rules. There's a curfew. You can't, no matter what you do, you cannot spit a word on the mic after 11 p.m.
Wow.
You can't. Like, I've really, like, or you literally get sued or charged for every minute. Every minute, they're going to charge you for it. So, obviously, you're going to come early. Rare. This is how it is in Niger. Because, obviously, these guys are big men or whatever. Number one, if these artists say... Because, number one, shows start at 10, 11 p.m. At least that's what it's built. Like, cool. It's like, oh, like, shows start... That's on the leaflet. It's like, oh, shows start 11 p.m. Ooh. Nigerians that have been going out for shows, it's just like, bro, pull up at 1. And that's you're pulling up, bro.
That
1
sounds like a yard
no,
show.
No, DB. Pull up at 1. No, but let me get to you. Pull up at 1 a.m. for the prees.
Sound honest. You're saying,
Oh,
bro.
sound check and that.
For the,
Alright,
to
nah,
see,
that's different. That's
to
different.
see
That's different.
the
That's different. That's
side
different. That's
acts
different.
and just whatever, just not to beat traffic. And then
Yeah.
just not to be, you pull up at 1 a.m., bro. And I remember this one guy, like, this is when this was after AG, Burna Boy did a show. One of my boys just like, bro, Burna is big level now, he's gonna come early. I said, bro, don't do that. I was begging him, because like I said, I told him, bro, I'm not pulling up there anything earlier than 2 a.m. Impossible. Just like, bro, you're gonna miss the show. I'm just like, watch. Like, watch me. He pulled up at 7. I came at
A.M.
No, 7 p.m.
Oh, okay.
He pulled up at 7 p.m. I pulled up at 2:15 a.m. Ask me when Burna performed.
3 a.m.
3:30. I still got a snap. He pulled up, and then his stupid mic check guy, like host manager, is just doing, "Are you ready?" Started from 12 a.m. I was doing that for 3 hours. All the side acts are done.
Burna had the power that.
Oh, bro, no. I haven't forgotten another story. This must have been 2018. There's this like festival in Nigeria called Native Land. Sick shows, bro. So cool. It was a great show. Everyone was doing their thing. Shout out Santi, Odunsi, and them man there, yeah. Burna Boy was supposed to be the headline. That's why most man came. So cool. Like, I'm not gonna say the artist's name, yeah, but one of the guys, like one of the artists, like, I know him because his little brother and my little brother, they're actually best friends. Okay. So kind of know him, so I always know like the intricacies of the shows and them things there. So 2 a.m. comes. We're just waiting because all the other acts have performed. It's already been a good night. We're just waiting for Burna to lock off the whole thing, and he's like, "Yo, everyone goes home nice, happy, cool." MC comes to tell us that, "Oh, I'm sorry, but Burna Boy will not be able to make it tonight. Blah blah blah. Like Burna Boy will not be able to make it tonight. Blah 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 blah." They give some dead excuse, but in my head I was just like, I saw Burna walk in. I saw Batman DC, but like I said, because I know one of the artists, blah blah blah. I know when Burna got to the location, so I went to the guy like after the whole show. I was just like, I was like, real talk.
I'm not on it. I'm just not on it.
Yeah, I was like, real talk. What happened? You know, Burna.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I thought you saying that. That's not.
He's like, bro,
Because
I'm not gonna reach. I'm not gonna reach, man.
I was fuming, brother. And the reason why I was even more vexed here, that was my birthday. December 20th.
Oh yeah.
Because that's one thing I love about Nige. Anyone will tell you, yeah, Nige and Christmas is a lot.
Dirty December.
Blood. Oh, for real.
Yeah.
It's,
I've heard.
oh.
I've heard it's a mad thing. It's a mad thing. I've heard it's a mad thing.
It's treacherous around there. And almost every single year, the 22nd going to the 23rd, there's always a show. Yeah. And that year was
and it's a big show,
I'm
innit?
born on the 23rd. So I was like, bro, it's going to be lit. I'm not paying a dime for my tickets. It's great. And it was a great night.
So again, you didn't pay a damn field.
He says he knows one of the artists them that he's not gonna say on camera. Are you not listening to the same story we're listening to?
No, I'm listening, but I had to say it again because that was like, wow, you don't pay a damn field.
I didn't pay a dime for my tickets. But for most shows in Nige, realistically, I will not pay a dime. Why? Because Nige is very small. If you know people that know. Yeah, tickets are not that mad realistically. Tickets are not that mad. But VIP and them, that's when it gets crazy. Like, and I still got VIP tickets as well because it's like, again, know someone that knows someone in Nigeria, you can get away with a lot. You get me?
We're now at 2022, where the meteoric rise is here. We're here. And as you said earlier, we got to play the big tune, you know. We got to play the big tune because that's what the international fans know him from. And most people didn't even know that there was actually an original. I think most people
didn't. That's true.
I'm going to be honest. I heard people were like,
most people heard the remix first.
People were like, and I wanted to ask you this question quickly. What's the similarities between Fuji and Amapiano? Because people have often related it, and the first time I got introduced, it's like it's a brand new song. It's like I don't know where this guy's from. Amapiano, and it's with Burna Boy, and he showed it down, and they kept playing. Tell me what you see when you look at me, and kept playing it, and I thought, okay. Then come to find out, this guy's Nigerian, so he's doing Nigerian. Like I'm a piano. Then I'm like, no, it's Fuji. I'm like, what's Fuji? So if you can detail some of the similarities and the differences, because if you see the soundscapes to an untrained ear, they're quite similar. Do you know what I mean?
So because Afrofusion is a mix of so many different things. Like Afrofusion is, to be honest, like Burna Boy does Afrofusion. I feel like Afrofusion has just become like said artists like interpretations of the different sounds in the African region that they like. Now take Asake, for example, his is a mix of Fuji, Amapiano, obviously traditional Afrobeat and that. So with Amapiano, obviously that's shout out South Africa.
Big up South Africa.
Like a lot of the again, all these things, the easiest way to differentiate between them is the instruments that they use in them. Like in Amapiano, like there's this instrument in, I don't know what they call it in South Africa, but in Nigeria they call it a shikere. Like them instruments just like shaking. It's like a big kind of ball of wood with like beads on it or whatever.
Oh.
That's the sound that you hear with the
Yeah, but they're cold blood.
yeah,
Sorry, carry on.
that's like the almost you almost hear it in almost every Amapiano beat. Like boom, then there's that. Obviously, then there's traditional Fuji with the talking drums and like very light. Like, you get me? Amapiano is also very like vibey. Obviously, with the shikari, there's also use of pianos. Like Amapi, you get me? So cool. Then there's that, and then there's obviously just like the sound structure of Afrobeat. You get me? And just Ashake's voice, bro.
It cuts through, innit?
It cuts.
Differently,
No,
bro.
you're right. I therefore feel like his voice
It's
is
different.
probably
It
what
cuts
takes
through,
him
bro.
to
Bro,
that next level.
that's what I'm saying, bro. His voice is, once you hear it, like as much as the
It's so
instrumentation and all that is great, because his production team shells it down every single time. But like I said, his voice was gifted, bro. Like, you don't have to be hitting all them high notes or whatever, bro. Once your voice is built for a specific genre, I would listen to a 20-track album of Asake just doing straight Fuji. I would listen to the whole thing, no question.
Because the way his voice cuts through, and I think we need to talk about, first of all, hold tight, his producer, Magic Sticks. Magic Sticks
bro.
is a musical genius. If you
Big.
listen to all these beats and the way they differentiate, but stay in a similar vibe, because music fans are very simple. Give us something similar that's familiar, but it's different enough so we can't say, oh, you've given us that before. You've given us that before. And he's managed to churn these hits out quickly, I may add, and with the right amount of differentiation in the instrumentation to make them like, what am I hearing? This is amazing. Do you know what I mean?
How many artists do you know that within less than a year, again, he only became mainstream February of this year? That's when the Sungba, maybe
It
February.
was
or
March, wasn't it? It was
it
early March. It
Deep,
was early
It was
March.
like early
Yeah.
March. How do you know can go from March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November,
Selling out.
and it's selling out a
into-
12K arena away from his country?
Not even just that. In the West.
In
With
the-
a language barrier. Most of the songs he's not talking English.
That's the other.
Can we talk about that, please? Can we talk about
That's
the point
what
of
I'm see, that's what I'm saying.
80-90% of these songs, there's not a word of English.
English.
It's just, man, like, you can pick out particular words. Nah. Yeah. It's being silly. Not a word of English. Or is individual words or phrases. Do you know what I mean?
Like, even my favorite song on like the new team is called Nzaza. Like,
We was just playing that song on the way here saying, this
Bro.
is why we rate him as an artist.
less than 10% of that song is English. And I know someone from Ethiopia. Shout out her, innit? But I know someone from Ethiopia. That's her favorite
That is
song.
definitely a woman. That, yeah.
That's her favorite song on the tape. And again,
So why is it your favorite song on the tape? Actually, let me ask
it's beautiful. Again, just apart from the vibe, like, it's not a love to Terminator. Oh, I'll get into Terminator, yeah. But again, it's what the song means. Again, it's just like a talk of, because many artists, know how to talk about struggle and making it and faith in God and that.
Right.
But the way, again, it's just so smooth, bro. It's so smooth. And like, I just really just want to sit. That's one of them songs that just like, bro.
Like what he's saying is
Like, you
smooth,
really just
you're-
start thinking, it's just like, bro, I really started thinking about myself. It's just like, bro, I really made it from Niger. I'm really out here, Because I'm really out here, bro, doing my thing. Because people can relate to stories like that, bro. Because if you read it, like, yeah, it's like, oh, I'm just a nice kid that they're playing my music in the abroad now. That's what, like, basically the summary of the song is. It's just like, bro, I was just a kid doing my thing in Niger, and now people in England or whatever, people are paying for my visas to come here to shell it down.
100. The label link is why he's able to get the Burna Boy collab so early and so big.
But the thing is,
And that's
even with-
important because
How many Burna Boy collabs has he got?
who?
Asake.
Asake's got the one.
Just one.
But that comes through the label link. That don't happen if there's no Olamide. Like he's
Okay, yeah, yeah.
that's
Yeah, of
important.
course, of course.
And I think we need to highlight that in a sense of that is important because his street power, not just his street power, is just the sensibility to put these two voices together on a song, the music video to look the way it does. Because again, I heard the original after the fact. I said, this is a good song.
I just the original more.
But
I'll be real.
I get why, but I'm saying that Burna Boy moment that it created is important.
It's very important.
It's so important.
That took him to like, because as much as Sungba was very big in that.
I'm not just talking about for Asake, you know. I'm talking about for Burna Boy.
Yo, you know I was gonna stop you at a point.
Burna Boy
I was waiting.
flexed his muscle.
Burna Boy knew, because things are Burna is not just gonna do any feature, regardless of who owns the label.
That's
He's
important.
not just gonna do any label.
He's doing it for the culture. He's not
Yeah,
just doing
he
it.
knows in of itself that this is like anyone with ears know that song is ridiculous.
And every
Bro.
part of the song.
Every beginning to the end, that song is entertaining.
And let's talk about the instrumentation. We need to talk about the mastering, the mix, the vocal overlays.
Real talk,
No,
run
what-
the rhythm. I hear you, bro.
I just want to introduce this properly, man. The song that took Asake to the world and back. Sungba remix featuring Odogu Burna Boy. Let's run this. Yo. Naga Sungba la ja no they waste time. Oh, nah. Mr. Money no they waste time. Mr. Money when they feed your mind. I don't know. Mr. Money no they waste time. Mr. Money. So what we saying now? You carry back. I got time. Get mad now. Hey, sing the hook now. Sing the hook now. Zumba, zunga la da ja ja zumba, zunga zunga zunga, zunga la da ja ja zunga, me zuna da zunga, zunga zunga zunga, zunga la ja 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 zunga, zunga zunga zunga. Hey, what's he called? Our name. Enter Odogu right now. Yo! Tell me what you see when you look at me. Zumbala chat and I do that.
My problem that I too sabi you. Poverty for the boot party you. I got a yata pata.
Why that?
Shady why me?
Zumba. Zunga la da ja ja zunga. Zunga. Zumba. Give me sugar.
So maybe, bro. Even the
I told you.
Even the video, I've never felt happier to have dreads. Cause bro, when man was doing all this, I was like, my guy.
People, as you can hear from the reaction in the studio, this is one of the craziest songs of the entire year.
Moment, bro.
Blood, it's a moment. And as we were saying before we played it, it's not just a moment for Asake. Burna Boy knew what to do and knew that people are going to be talking about this song. It's more than that. He understood that this separates him from the pack. Everyone has that whiz kid David O conversation, yeah, regardless where you rank them. How many of them can do that?
Yeah.
And you get into this conversation.
None of them could have fit on this song. I've done what Burna
I'm
just
not
did.
saying it or not, because
I'm saying
they
it,
got
bro.
loyal fan bases that come after you, innit? And I'm not fighting that battle today. My point I was going to make before I played it was this atmospheric chorus, choir sounding chorus that's been a feature of the biggest Afrobeat songs this year. Almost the charting effect, I call it. Because there's no other way I can describe it. There must be another musical term for it. We hear it on Finesse. If I brought them up, where multiple voices are expanding a soundscape, right? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The same thing on Last. I need Iba and Shayo. Like there's 10 voices. Asake has mastered it where he'll do harmonies. He'll have his voice, a higher and a lower that is not a harmony, then a harmony, then more voices that are saying, when we play Palazzo here, you're going to hear what I mean. He's leading a charge. He's the head of the new generation. Originally, I thought it was going to be Rema. I have my money on Rema. I still think talent-wise is Rema personally.
I hear that.
I think there's still space for him.
No,
Of course.
There's 4 names. There's Asake, there's Rema, there's Fireboy, there's Omale, top tier artist vocally, and his production could probably use some more work to separate him from the pack a little bit, cause he'll fall into the Kiss Daniel.
Oh, trust me, he's coming.
Yeah, and
He's coming. Trust me, he's next.
Yeah, he's next to separate himself from the pack. I think that's important. Should we run into some more music, or should we just keep breaking this shit down?
Bro.
Cause there's so much tunes to get
I'm
through.
down
Yeah.
to spin Palazzo, you know.
I gotta go to YouTube because the pussy them tried to stifle my boy and not have it on Spotify. It's been taken off.
You're lying.
Wait, what?
Big man thing.
Temporary. Though,
Why?
Remember sometimes.
Because there's a sample issue. Because where it is,
Oh.
there's an original song. I don't remember the name of the original song. For the music lovers, and I know you lot love our conversations, yeah. The music lovers need to tell me the name of the original song.
Bro, I didn't even
It was sampled in It's Getting Hot in the doom. In fact, let me play it because I'm not gonna do it justice if I sing it. Let me play it.
Yeah, but please do drop in the comments if you do not
Yeah,
know the song. Let
Hot
us
in
know,
Here by
please.
Nelly. Yeah, there's a drum pattern in there. Look. The drums, listen. Listen to the drums. Yeah, it's a sample from the original song. I don't remember the name of it. You know it. You know it. Find out. Find out for us, please. Because you know. Listen to the drums again quickly.
Oh wait, would we all know the song? Is it like a
Yeah,
bait?
definitely.
And I think it originally comes from. I could be bugging. I think it comes from a part of West Africa. I don't know. I think so. I think it's done a whole 360 in terms of the sample.
That would be funny.
Don't think I would know that.
But in general, it's like.
So
I
those
didn't even
drums.
know Palazzo that makes me sad.
And the Palazzo record, that's when I became a believer. I said, this ain't one record.
That's when it was like, oh.
This is a movement now. And I need to tap into what this guy's doing.
You know, I prefer this song to Sungba.
It's a way better song than Sungba. Are you crazy?
Okay, cool.
This
like,
song is
same-
insane.
Okay, at least we're on the same page.
I'm going to intro this one too. It's the song with the biggest DJ in Africa right now. Humble guy. Really nice guy.
Nice guy,
Spinal.
bro.
He walks around with
I've-
general
I've
energy.
met him. He's such a
He's
cool
so
guy,
cool,
bro.
innit?
He's such a calm guy.
He's nice, bro.
Yeah.
But he's always here, though, isn't
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because
Watch
he's
it a lot, but
he's got
such
links
a
in the
nice
UK.
guy,
Like,
bro.
whoa,
Yeah.
hold tight, Spinal, hold tight the man. Then.
Still with, like, do you remember what's his name? He used to rap.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah,
Them lot.
no, honestly, Spinal's thing is so different, fam. As in, he has so many links, and you've heard the big tune, him and Fireboy as well. Sere, massive song. Then he came with this, and the reason I love this song as well is not just the music video itself, the pockets he gets into, which is hip hop pockets. That's hip hop pockets, you know. That's rap pockets.
Like he was
There was
going
rap
in,
pockets he
bro.
got into. On top of that, the music videos of having like the 2000s rap influence with the big t-shirts and the big jeans. I studied this shit.
Chuck Brown.
Chuck Brown, thank you. You got it.
But they sped it up.
Yeah.
That's it. That's where it's from. Thank you. So the original super producer right there, JJ, my brother. You get me? The original from Chuck Brown that got to Nelly's smash international hit,
Come on.
Hot in Here, gives us full circle to one of the biggest songs of the summer. This would have probably been song of the summer if there was no such thing called Last Lush, you know. Big man thing. If there was
I hear
if
it.
there was
I
no
hear
Tony
it.
Braxton sample, we might have been talking about this song as song.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You know, one of these days, I actually want to get into like the conversation of like sampling.
Yes.
And like free range of use or whatever.
For a long time. We will do
You
it.
have my number. You get
We-
me?
Like,
Like,
ring me.
Let's not lie, but just on a quick one, they've done very, in terms of these few, they've done very well. Last done well as a great sample.
Yeah.
This song's done well as a great sample.
And it's a subtle sample. That's why it's good. Sorry, go on.
Thank you, but there's a lot of samples that are not.
They're
Yeah.
not hitting.
yeah. See, that's my thing. Yeah. Like, obviously, some people don't do justice to like samples, but my whole thing, like, my issue is like the legalities. Like, if you're just straight ripping a song, I can understand why you might want it like taken out or whatever. But this whole thing, let's not get into me too much because we're trying to do the Afrobeat
Yeah,
thing.
we're just
But
trying to
this
do it
whole
quick as
thing
well.
where people might actually have that, just feel the need to just rip it from public consumption, like the way now. I didn't even know until just now they took Palazzo off Spotify. Because I don't even know. Maybe just because he hasn't been in my rotation recently. Because I just put my stuff in shuffle sometimes. Like, that's just a gem that's just taken off Spotify like that.
And it's a shame because
It's such a shame.
you can play it on Spotify, but it's part of a DJ mix. And you know when DJs do their little shit over the record, it is not the same as the
It's not
record.
the same.
So I'm going to play the YouTube version of one of the biggest songs of the whole summer, DJ Spinner, featuring Asake is crazy. People, bear in mind, there might be adverts on this thing, so allow us, innit? It's a YouTube thing.
Top boy.
So I gotta go again, man. You gotta appreciate the DJ Spinner. Top boy. I'm a logo and it's over. The flow is mad.
It's the way he just jumps in.
Palazzo Jiggy, all out for the reason.
No sleeping.
Alright, nah, we gotta pause this, yeah. You understand how crazy this song is. I told you, the whole chanting effect thing will forever work. It will never not work. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Man.
But you saw by our reaction, this is Palazzo, DJ Spinner, Asake, Mr. Buddy with a vibe right now. We're going back in, people.
Big
Every
up
time.
Spinner,
Big
man.
up Magic Six
Every
again.
time,
Big
bro.
up Magic Six again. I told you, you spoke about this before, yeah? Having an artist and producer working together in tandem creates magic.
Every time.
Every time. When they work together, no. I can name countless examples of that. Big man ting. We're there, man. He's a sickhead. Force him, pin him down. To the king of sound and blues. The harmony, you not listen to the harmony.
Like, his voice just takes me back to a kid, bro.
Palazzo Jiggy, all out for the reason.
No sleeping, oh my no darling.
The harmonies again. I mean,
Wait, Jay, you're Yoruba, yeah? Okay, man, okay.
1, 2, 3. I know feel like you're not my type.
If no be God, if no be God, I for don't die.
No, my love. I was speaking there, my bad. How many girls? 2 girls, what me do?
2 girls.
Bad boy, I'm single. 20 girls, I'm in love.
Like, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I can't lie.
Honey, it's my hobby. This is the part I'm talking about, the hip hop flows.
Wait, just wait. No, play it.
He's going, it's only. I told you, once you hear the music, you get why we're behaving like this. Palazzo Jiggy, born out for the reason.
No sleeping, oh my no darling.
That harmony will always get me, bruv. I know feel like you're not my type.
If no be God, I for don't die.
Banana malo. Two girls in my middle.
Girls.
Bad boy, I'm single. 20 girls, I go look. Riding that.
Let the outro play. Vladimir Asake.
Hey, oh, hey, oh. Alright, one more time. Fuck it. Cheeky, well done for the reason.
No sleeping, oh my no darling.
What I even say about this song, I'm talking about the harmonies. I'm talking about the backing vocals. I'm talking about
Oh, this is my guy, you know.
brother, the parts of the song where it dips in and dips out, as in everything.
Man was going into hip hop flows, bro.
The hip hop flows. He deserves a black hand for that. Big man thing. That song was crazy. And I think just you can tell the hip hop influence.
Bro.
Clearly. The dress sense, the flows, even the way he's moving in the video, the small little boxing as like he knew, you know, when someone knows they got a hit and they know like you lot are waiting for the bit to come back in, it's gonna come.
But I think that also stems from, because I didn't even know that he was from theatre until you said so.
Yeah.
Performance, yeah. He's
right?
got it down
He's
pat.
got it.
Yeah.
Bro, he's got it down so pat, it's
He's
dangerous.
good. Like, you know, just factoring his background, like in terms of video, like once you see him in a video, you could tell like he was built for this.
Yeah.
Like the performance aspect, he was built for that already. The music is just a bonus.
Yeah.
Like if now, like he just proper gets the performance thing down in these big arenas in the West, he's
I think he might.
He's gone.
gone.
I think he might. Honestly.
Have you
Go
ever
on.
seen clips of him performing?
Yes.
live at other shows as
I
well?
saw
Yeah.
there's a clip on his Instagram, yeah, that he was in control. He's dancing, he was in control of the crowd. Nah, I think he was in Nige.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. His first like big performance as Asake in Night, it wasn't a great performance. I'm gonna be real.
I
In
hear
terms
you.
of what? Like what?
It's
what
like in terms of even his stage presence, like, and to be fair, like the engineering, they I can swear, right?
Yeah,
They
man.
fucked him.
Mm.
They, like the engineering, they fucked him. It just felt like there was no energy, just kind of just walking around. And people don't, you know how Nigerians are, not to say that, but a lot of hating Nigerians, yeah. The second there's a slip up, everybody was like,
It's trash.
You see, it's like, you see, that he's not a good performer, blah, 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 blah,
As
blah.
in the moment or like online, like they're gonna be
Online is gonna be the
online,
place.
everybody was getting in, you see, he's not a good performer, all that nonsense. Obviously, he's touring in America now, he's shelled every show. It's like he heard that and it's just like, all right.
Say no more.
Because I'm saying no more. And now he's saving the big thing for here in the UK. There was no way I wasn't going to get a ticket. Impossible. Impossible, bro.
Impossible.
There's
Oh,
no way.
That is so fam. The way that song hits is just so different.
Bro, like hit like in the 80s, bro.
Please don't say that.
Son.
Don't say
I
that.
said, please
can't,
don't
that's what-
say that.
That's
And I think, can you touch on his first EP before this debut album, the 4-song thing?
Yeah.
And how did it do in Nigeria? How much was it getting spun? Like, was it getting that support that these songs warrant, or was there backlash?
I'm a bit. There was no backlash. I just feel like it was a thing because he picked up 3 like local awards for it. What 3 awards for it?
When did it come
Especially
out as well? Sorry,
like 2020.
2020. Okay.
No,
Right,
this came out
2021.
2022. Came out earlier this year. He's been putting
The
in
ri-
work.
No,
The
the
4-track,
other one. Oh,
the
yeah, I'm thinking of
4-track
another
thing that
one,
came out
yeah.
earlier this year.
Yeah, I mean that felt like that was. I was thinking about the one he even did before that.
Yeah.
But that other one, like it did okay. Like Asake was seen as like, oh, he's good. Like, but he was feeling like it was just kind of like art thing. Like it was niche. All them was Alte. I don't know if you've heard of like that group of people in Nigeria. Like this called an Alte scene. But then yeah, he just kind of felt like that was his vibe. He filled with the Amapiano guys. He filled with the Alte guys. He wasn't necessarily Afrobeat side. That obviously aside from the Olamide connection. So he was like, alright, cool. Like he's good artist. I won't say like he was getting spun on like a major level, but people that knew him was like, oh, this guy, he's coming.
He's got it.
It's like he's got it. Like he could be coming. Like watch out. Like it was just one of them. Watch out for him. He's gonna do something still. And then Sungba dropped us. Like I was one of them people. Like I saw that Sungba dropped. I was just like, see. So you know that was just like.
It's proven to people.
It's like, see, you see exactly what I was trying to say. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like, see,
I was saying the point in terms of his vocal style is polyphonic. Polyphonic means it's multiple instrumentation or multiple voice. It's just multiple. If you're talking about poly anything, it's multiple. It's not singular. More than one. And it's called the crowd vocal is the way it's been phrased here. The same I was talking about the whole chanting effect of you hear it in Finesse and other songs of he's got it down pat and laid into music. Another thing that's laid into music is live instrumentations. So on Zumba, you had live violins and that hits different. There's a completely different effect to hearing live instrumentation and most music heads can hear it. And most music listeners can tell the difference. Because that a feeling that it evokes, that when you hear live, if it's a violin or a drum, and you can hear it beat, dun, dun, you know what I mean? It's a different feeling. And I think that's why his music is able to translate and cut through across. Do you know what I mean? What song do you want to hear next? I'm just selecting now. But there's no order right now. We're just freestyling. Because I was going to go into Peace Be Upon You and talk about his Muslim heritage.
That would actually be going into it in proper order. So
going into peace because obviously his Muslim heritage and Fuji. Now I know it originates from Muslim prayers.
Yeah.
This is the perfect song, and I think this song made a lot of people believers too. If they weren't by Palazzo, fam, you believe by this point. Because the music video, I'm not sure if he directs his own music videos too.
I'm not even sure.
But if he does, his creative eye is so different. He must have an influence. Because even just the change of dreads, the little and the suit in the library, I loved this is probably among my favorite songs of his visually.
I think if he's got it in his background that he did the theater, he's done the comedy stuff as well. He's got the influence of, even if it wasn't like his like own saying of what he wanted to do, people around him that have like, you know, he's worked with, he's listened to them and he's gone, that's worked for them. Let me try it for my thing.
That makes a lot of sense. Peace be unto you. It's crazy. Coming up is my part, you know. Yeah, my shit.
But I know my set. That's such an important lyric, bro.
I'm with it. Sorry.
That's such an important lyric.
He knows his worth, is that what he's saying?
It's just kind of just like, I know my people.
Oh.
Like, despite the fact that I've blown, I still know my
I know my set.
Yeah.
I know my man then. Yeah, that's important. Listen to the way he comes in. That's not on the same beat, you know. That's isn't I wouldn't say it's the offbeat, but it's near the offbeat.
But he slides it in a way that it's like, you wouldn't even know.
You wouldn't notice it's the offbeat. It's practically the offbeat. Don't pass it. Damn my shit. I go use my sense. And it. Flood the flows. Just let this play. I like who. I get many disciples.
You know what's so funny? That last part, a lot of people didn't know he was saying Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah, I didn't know he said
People didn't even know that.
Let me hear it. Really? Again. Run it back.
Alaikum.
Bear man didn't even know that's what he said, you know.
I had no idea. First time I was like, what is it? Huh?
Even me, at first, I was just like, what on earth did he say? And then someone said it on Twitter, I was like, I was dying of laughter, I'll be real.
He also said, Oluwa, shower me your blessings times what? 2. I'm protected spiritually. Right. It's different. I know. My bit. Don't pass it. Want to tear my shit. I go use my sense. And it. 1, 2. And that, people, was the amazing Peace Be Unto You. You can hear the strong Fuji influence in that. Do you know what I mean? It's so mad. I'm saying with that song, again, there's a separation between him and the up-and-coming crop of artists. Because just in terms of even lyrically, the pockets he's talking about, he knows himself, he knows his set, he knows his people, and they can't use me. And I love the fact he uses his sense and he's in a library. I love that aesthetic because we see so many videos, including his own, to be fair, where it's money, girls, nakedness, but this is in a library. He's dressed very smart, glasses on, and it's like, nah, just because I can do that.
Every single video I've watched of his, I'm just thoroughly entertained. I'm thoroughly
engaged.
Thoroughly engaged. Proper engaged, bro.
It's just like, I see what you were doing this, dude. Like, he's so funny. I just want to watch like an interview of his now. I've been waiting so long for like a proper interview.
And that's important
he has
too.
old interviews, but I just want to watch like a recent
Okay.
interview. Like with obviously in line with all the fame and everything. I just want to hear him speak because I know I can just tell he's funny.
And he's intelligent.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think he's very, very, very intelligent. I think once we sit down with artists and get to hear them, because as we all know, as people that work in and around these spaces, artists love to chat. Creatives
Real.
love to chat. I don't care what any of them say. You put them in the right environment, across from the right interviewer or the right person, they will open
They will
up.
pour their soul.
They will
Experimentation
talk to
podcast,
you.
The Experimentation podcast.
Yeah,
They will pour
literally.
their
Could I quickly
soul,
ask?
bro.
I
Go on.
don't know if you mentioned it before. Who produced that song?
I think again it was Magic Sticks. I think I'm gonna double check it, but I'm almost certain this whole album was executive produced by Magic Sticks. So I'm gonna double check it now because I'm on the song credits.
Because that
Again,
production right there.
Magic Sticks is different level, different gravy.
Aye.
Man said, give the man them their credits. They will not walk out here with no credit. And as much as we're talking about Asake, yeah, we're talking about Magic Sticks soundscape that he crafted for him. He's built the foundation for him to vocally overlay and do all the magic tricks that he can with his voice on that soundscape. It doesn't sound the same on other production. It's a marriage, you know what I mean? It comes together at the right point, hits your ear at the perfect point, and that's important. We're not just talking about artists here. We're talking about producers. We're talking about labels. This is a whole movement going on right now.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
As much as I might always say as Asake is this, is that, like producers are very under. It sucks the fact that I'm still saying this in 2022, yeah. But producers are just such an underrated element to the sound of music, bro.
100.
Like it's just because again, not a lot of people even know who Magic Sticks is. Obviously, it's just like in these type of rooms where we actually do show love to producers and then things there. It's like Magic Sticks is not like a household name. You get me?
He will become one after this tape, boy.
I hope so, but in general, I hope so.
I hope so.
But in general, a lot of producers, especially all them in these niche circles, well, Asake is definitely beating the niche allegations. But in general, yeah, it's like these producers don't get shown love. And like you said, once you get the right artist to collaborate with the right producer, again, we've seen examples with Huss and Five. It's like, bro, they will always make magic every single time, bro. They will always make like Asake again. And certain songs is made, I can genuinely say is like, bro, this is magic, bro. This music is magic.
Would the hope, sorry, I was going to say, would the hope then be that with these partnerships, these collaborations between producer and artist, and these now becoming superstar artists and superstar producers, they would then turn and be like, this guy here, this guy, the producer, they've now become almost like a spot. Because there's
Now,
another...
be real, Burna does that a lot. Burna shows love to his producers.
Him and Kel-P, created. That might be one of the best in Afrobeats history. Him and Kel-P's run, I don't know if it was about 3 years?
Yeah.
Everything they touched turned to gold, bro.
On the low. Oh my God.
Everything. The whole of AG,
That for me, that's just that's
plus
a sweet one. That's a very sweet
Adogu,
one.
all them magic. Magic.
Everything,
So
man.
I feel like I got 3 solos of him left to play. I think you probably couldn't guess the 3 solos I'm gonna play. What's that? John Connor, blood. If you get it, you get it. Get me. Oh.
Come make me talk and not be killer. Yeah. This your love, you get me on your body. I want like mine, live a like that. Yeah. This your love, you get me big on my mommy. My banana, oh my banana, don't chop my banana. Show me down, show me go up. Every day my life, keep my life, I live my life, and I sit down. Cause you they amazing, nobody amazing to relate. Don't keep me waiting, no procrastinating, terminator. You don't get agreement, no terminating. Don't go na umbo, zozo na unzozo.
Me I know, dale camor I know, fada mock I know. Fami mora baby, okay she might know. I'm a petty great I do. Come on, you. Someone you more available.
The harmonies again.
Give me my baby, go kada. Leave us the banana, oh my banana. Go chop my
I'll give a fun fact about this song after.
Nah, you can do that. Go on.
So obviously, again, I've literally had an argument with a friend this year. I said this is the best love song in any genre that came out this year. I don't want to argue with anyone. Like, I don't care.
Please explain that argument. Go on.
Like, but because again, in terms of just again, that's a beautiful love song, bro. I don't care what anyone says to me. There's not a better love song in any genre, any language.
But explain
But
the lyrics for the people that don't understand the lyrics as to why it's such a good love song.
again,
Please.
it's just kind of just it's tongue in cheek type funny. It's like, oh, like this is our love. There's no terminating. No, you're not the terminator. You give me like, let's say love is like a contract. You're just like, oh, there's no terminating this. You can't be a terminator. You get me? Just kind of like,
For Niger, man.
You are here forever. There's no
Yeah.
Terminator.
come on, like even saying, oh, my banana, like them things that like he's a joke man. Oh yeah, this part, yeah, listen, play it up. Right. The reason why I asked you to play that part, yeah, is that I don't know if you guys know this, but about 2-3 weeks before this song, because at first he dropped the snippet for this song, yeah, and then of course everybody was just like, I need this, you get me? Like, you know what? It was like,
do that.
need,
You
you
need
get me?
Your eyes good. I need this
It's
cuz.
like, I need it now. Good, I can't lie. It's like, I need it
Hey,
now.
yo, JJ.
It's JJ.
We're gonna clip that too. We're gonna clip that too. We're gonna clip that too.
The song leaked, yeah,
Mm.
but
How did it leak? If you know. Talk about
that's
that.
another conversation I would love to have.
No. We're gonna keep this conversation in like a microcosm for now, yeah. But I'm saying the reason songs leak is because people in people's teams are idiots. People outside of people's teams who are their friends are brazen and excited. Or
that.
or the artist wants you to hear the song.
Yeah,
And they'll
and
lie.
They, kinda see
They will
the
lie
reception, just see
and
like,
tell, oh man, then put this out. Like I've sent this to you, to a girl, to other people, and they know they're gonna share it.
Because there's also the other element of trying to force the label's hand.
Which is a lot of the case. That's an important reason.
And also, there's also the reason of testing the waters. See if
Exactly.
people actually feel it. The reason why I asked you to play that outro, yeah, is that in the original league, the outro was the second verse. That second verse never existed before the official drop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man.
That outro, that paperly paper, that was the second verse before.
And
That the
there was
second
no
verse
second
before.
verse.
So even that's another reason why I feel like his label almost 100%. I feel like they might have leaked that. Because
Allegedly.
the fact that, because I remember because I'm gonna be real, I downloaded the leak. The leak
Never.
is still on my phone. I'll be real. Okay.
You man that leak music are disgusting, you know. And
God,
especially
I'm
through
so sorry, because I
being
knew I
on
was
the
gonna
other
listen
side
to
of
the
that
original when it
is
dropped,
nasty.
but I needed that song, and I still spin that song almost every day. But point,
What, the leaked or the original?
no, the original, of course, bro. Come on, but come on, bro.
stream his thing.
But in
It's-
general, yeah, I
it's
remember I was
out now on all
listening to-
streaming
like,
platforms.
once it finally dropped, I was just like, oh, see, I've been streaming the leak for time. So like, let me spin the original. Let me feed this guy a little bit. You get me? So cool, I spin.
Why?
So, I spun, and then I heard that second verse. I was like, oh, okay, this is different. It's a little bit different. Okay. In my head, I'm like, there's no way you would have found the time between now and when you dropped that snippet to record a second verse.
You can.
He was touring.
You can. There's bare studios
Therefore can.
on the road.
In this day, yeah, it's not like before.
It's not like
Even
before.
from what's it?
Nah, it was far harder before.
No, it's harder, but it could still be done. I think. What's it?
go on.
I'm talking 2008. Like, if you're
That's
on the road-
still fairly recent, you know.
That's a fair.
I'm talking
I'm still-
about like. Go on. What's your
Like,
point?
as it was in 2008, like you had people in their like tour bus. They had like a little recording set up just to have like, oh,
Okay, yeah.
do you know what I'm saying? That's
Okay,
what I'm
that's
saying. Yeah,
fair.
you could still-
And
you could
that's
do
still
that.
fairly. I'm talking about 80s and 90s, brother.
Oh no, yeah.
If your fans were fiending for a song, you wouldn't even do that. Back in those days, yeah, you wouldn't even perform unreleased songs. It was unheard of.
course not.
But now, there's guys starting off their shows like that.
But of course, the times we're in now, innit? Like things like the internet is there, like bro, like
Get
people
me.
would just hear
Everything is there forever.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean about the whole leaking of songs, yeah. From being on the other side of that now, I understand how annoying it is. There's an artist that spent 1 year to 2 years grinding, working on this project, and now you leaked it.
I don't
I
like
remember-
it at all.
When Big Conspiracy leaked, yeah, I sound just
I
like you.
No, the big conspiracy. I refuse to leak that.
No, so a
I
person
refuse to
sent
spin
it to me.
I refuse to spin it. I refuse to spin it.
I play.
How far before? Wait, how far before did it leak? Sorry to
About a
cut
week.
a week, a whole week.
A week.
I refuse.
Allegedly, by the way.
And thingies wasn't on there. LMA, I think LMA's track.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't on there. Love, peace and prosperity. God grant us the longevity. Big song.
Yeah, generally just.
So
I don't
yeah,
really- I don't
to
like
take it
leaks.
back to the point of
Oh, I
Asake
can
now.
tell you definitely don't like it. Oh,
Wait, huh?
Leaks is I'll keep it short. Just leaks in general for me, it's like the work that gets put in. Just from a producer standpoint, it's like, yo, you
Is it
are taking
disrespect?
away from the moment that's supposed to be happening right now. It just it
I
doesn't
hear
do it,
bro.
the
Like it
justice
really
it
damages
needs.
some art. Because even like a Joey Badass, for example, yeah, two of his first albums, first and second album, two classics to me. I won't say that
They are classics,
but I
though.
love both those albums. Both of them leaked a week before.
Mm.
Both of them. And I felt bad, bro. I was just like,
100.
bro, because for your debut album to leak, that's a different type of
It's
pain.
disgusting.
I
innit?
think what it means for the artists themselves when they're making it, and then what it means for the fans. Probably people like us that are like, leaks is mad. Like, you don't want to have that moment taken away from you. It should be a thing where everyone gets to celebrate at the same time, enjoy it, and share that moment. Because once
100.
you hear it, and your friends come to you and they're like, yo, have you heard this? You're like, yo,
Yeah.
yo. And you're playing it in the way we're playing it now.
Bro,
that's
I
the
was
moment you're
leaving
supposed to
room
have.
because I had roommates that was spinning like the big conspiracies. I always left the room. I was like, nope, I'm not listening to this until the official thing comes. I refuse.
I'm glad you did that. We think, or you think even, that his label put it out early. And I'm glad we got this version. It's more of a complete song. Do you know
True,
what I mean?
I agree. I
And
agree.
we got the first and the second verse. And going to my second to last solo, because I got a collab that will link us to our next talking point. So the next one I'm going to play, again, I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to play it. Yeah, the sweet sounds of Asake, man. Joa. And it's more of that choir voice, that chanting. And I think on the last song we played before Terminator, Peace Be Unto You, I forgot to mention the point of he was assuming the role of a preacher. Because he said, I get many, many disciples. And I think he has the effect of leading people. So you see how earlier we spoke about Naira Marley. Spoke about artists that have the street. I think he can cultivate a following that is girls, man them on the street, normal man them like us, and create a following that is almost he's preaching to. And he's going to give us his life on wax. And I think that's important to note in this song because, again, that choir element is back. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Again, there's just some songs that you don't even have to put too much energy into. Like, as long as just the vibe is right. Like, you can play... Like, this will go off on his show, you know? Like, proper. Like, this will proper ring off, like, once he performs this, bro. Like, and it's not even, like, any of the songs that you put in, like, proper, like, effort into. But it's still, like, a vibe. Like, in a club as well, like...
Fam, I feel
Bro.
like his when we go, it's gonna be like Wiz's. I don't know if you went Wiz.
Nah, I didn't go for any of the Wiz
So
shows.
Wiz Kids as if it was.
Oh, so
like,
you got tickets, by the way? Okay. Yeah.
as if it's a whole party. Do you know what I'm saying? You know when
I understand what you
when
mean.
it's a
I
whole party vibe,
completely understand what you
do you
mean.
get what I'm saying? It's
Like-
going to be that. It's going to be that.
Bro, I complete like this is gonna be one of them shows
right
that
about that.
there might be like
I'm right.
bro,
I'm right about that.
bro, we might link before, like blood. We might link before, blood.
I'm right.
Just buy palm wine before the thing link, bro. Quick one, head there, bro. But
Praise myself, but I'm right.
come on, bring the man them with you. Man, just shout. Am I shouting Taylor for the man them? You get me? Like, get the filler and that.
Get the
Like,
everything.
come on, bro.
Do not make me step out like that because once I go, I ain't going back. I ain't going back. I ain't going back.
Bro, we'll find your Yoruba queen that day, bro.
I'll be just properly for that
day,
one.
Your name is Tunde.
I know.
Nah. Alright, we gotta get into the last solo song, man. And I think you know where it is, man. It's the song that as soon as the snippet dropped, everyone said, what the fuck is this song? I need it. I'm not gonna do all this thing you was doing, but I need this rhythm. And man, them, we just gotta stay in formation. We gotta stay together. We gotta stay.
You have to spin it like.
This reminds me of old school Afrobeat, fella.
Get
Aye,
me.
that sax. Woo!
Like, he's a student, bro.
Blood.
He's
That
a
sax.
student,
That sax.
bro.
That sax when I hear, I was like. Every other day I organize. Otherwise, every other day otherwise. Aye, that you hear that bass? The way he's able to manipulate his voice, yeah. Fam, that is organized. And the wordplay of organize and organize is nice. Is sick wordplay. First things first. The charting, crowd vocal effect, the saxophone, as I said, reminds me of like Fela, Sean Kuti, Femi, yeah, all that type of Afro beat.
Like I said, he's
no
a
S.
real
musician.
real student, bro.
Yeah.
Like you can tell, like when you listen to artists that are like students of the thing. There's a difference between certain artists that's just like, oh, like they might make good music, but it's like they make good music as a result of what they feel sounds nice. And then there's artists that do that while also throwing it back to the music that they listened to growing up. You get me? And like the history of like the genre, and Asake is just another great example of them things.
Yeah, no, he's a real student of the game. And I love to hear that. And that song's advantage is that it's so short.
True. A lot of songs, like, they don't need to be too long. Like, they just need like a proper in
But I do critique music.
No, some music, like,
But this
I understand
song-
that some songs,
Yeah.
like, they're literally created to blow up on TikTok. I get that. But there's certain songs that shortness of it works.
And you keep replaying it.
Yeah.
Because that hook grabs you.
Yeah.
And it's the vocal layering is something that we've not discussed enough. The vocal layering is immaculate. That he's got his voice to the point it's so high it sounds like a woman's voice, or it might be a woman's voice on top of his voice, top of another voice. That vocal layering makes it into, again. That's why those songs hit in public, because there's a togetherness feel to it. Of we are all singing
That
this.
community feel.
The
That's
communal feel
like,
to the music. Do you
when
know what I
was talking
mean?
about the production, that specific,
That's what
that
I'm saying, it's
charting
like-
aspect, it was like,
Bro hit the nail on the head when he said that show is just gonna feel like one big Nige link up, bro. It's
It is gonna be. It's gonna be
like
crazy.
a proper house party, bro. Like, there are gonna be bare uncles there. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Fam, listen,
Bro.
the uncles are gonna be stunning hard.
Blood.
They're gonna be drippy me drippy. They're gonna be going crazy.
Different.
Drippy me drippy. It's mad.
YSL,
Blood.
LV,
All the hush.
I said LEV.
gang is
Oh,
there.
the,
Everyone's gang is there. Fam,
Don't free him. I'm joking.
boy, yo.
No, I didn't say free him. I said keep him.
yeah,
Joke.
keep him there. Keep him there. Come on, bro.
If he's a
Come on,
thief,
bro.
he's a thief. What the fuck?
Keep him there, blood. Come on.
Nah, I'm hey, people them. Is this camera on me? Public service announcement. I'm starting a campaign. If the guys are blood clot evil criminals, keep the guys. Not him. I'm joking when I'm saying that. I'm being just so there's no condom. I'm joking. Obviously, he don't deserve to sit that long behind bars. It's not that deep. But
Yeah, he's really not that
but in general, keep the guys. If the guys are murderers, if the guys are
well, Hondo, keep them.
trigger warning as well. Trigger warning. Keep the blood clot guys.
Keep them, blood.
Keep the guys. Shouldn't be freeing criminals. But anyway, speaking of gangs, speaking of all type of illegal activities, we go on to a piece of garment that is identifiable with those type of movements. It's a big collab between the Yahoo Boys No Laptop gang, and we have two rising stars of Afrobeats on the same rhythm. And it sounds pretty commercial, this song, but the way it hit, I don't need to say any more, blood. off of Fireboy's brand new album Playboy. Let me just play it.
Low-key, all of them done they know me. I'm not joking, all my guys them know me. Since '06, I've been writing this story. I know be OG, but if you ask them know me. I know they blow trees, only lonely me lonely. Music shows me,
Man, this is a tune that my mum would listen to.
I lie.
Real.
It's hard.
Them never see.
Oh, sorry.
Call me. Ja boy, we go for it.
Bandana, Fireboy, Asake, 2 label mates,
Come
2
on.
people running the scene back home and abroad. And I would like to shift out of Asake now and into the global rise of Afrobeats and the next crop of artists that are going to dominate the world's face. I want to hear your views on it first.
Now I'm gonna get to my controversial question. 'Cause I don't know
Ooh.
whether it was with you, man. I had this conversation. Whether I was with my boys from the Green Passport, love you guys.
How are those, man?
Shout out
Dude?
to them, man.
I didn't know this was gonna cause a debate, but let's go for it.
You're going to start a mess.
So I can easily speak on this because at the time of said rise, I was living in New York at the time before I moved here and that. How much of the global rise?
Oh, you're gonna
of
ask this fucking
Afrobeats
question.
do we give to Drake?
Oh, we've been not not Afrobeats. It was the other UK thing. Drake. Hey,
No,
that might be
let's-
the title of the episode. I can't lie. You now brought it to the
Hey,
place where it's like
no. I've not given my opinion on it, but it's just a question I've heard, and I just wanted to hear you lot's opinion on it. Obviously, let's factor in the one dance tune.
And
What's the name of the other?
because you're going to say, and what
There's
else?
the other one he did with Wiz as well. What was
'Cause
on Wiz's
he's gonna-
tape?
Baby, come closer.
Yeah, come closer. Yeah. Just come closer.
That's a
that's
blood
that,
clot whiskey song,
um,
bruv. Man, what are we
Is there
doing
another one?
here?
Is there another one?
No.
No.
Okay, because
Realistically,
I was
no.
confused as to what was
Obviously,
going
no.
on.
Like the man doesn't have a whole EP worth of Afrobeat tunes. I'd be pissed off if he did. But
he might do it in the next couple.
oh yeah, 100. Man's doing house now.
Won't be surprised.
Man's doing house now.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Hey,
Who wants to go first in answering this? Do you want to go first,
I
Gerard?
asked it. So you,
All I would say is it's the same. It's the same thing we were saying about because we talked about like Drake allegedly putting on the UK or whatever.
hey,
There was
that-
a whole scene before him. There was a culture before him, bro. This guy's
Such a
coming and just
disrespect.
he's coming
Hey.
and showing love. That's about it. That's all I can say. That's,
But
that's it.
hey, as much as I've not given my point yet, but
Let me talk.
of course the culture existed before Drake. Of course it did. This thing dates back decades. But the question was the global rise, not the rise of the genre in general. Because I'll be real, maybe you can relate to this because you lived here. Once upon a time, it wasn't the cool. In fact, you're Nigerian and you grew up here, so you can be able to attest to this. Once upon a time, it wasn't the cool thing to be Af or from Nigeria. Bro, let's be real.
Yeah,
No,
that's true. That's
like,
true.
Let's
That's
be
true.
real.
Yeah,
can
that's
speak
true.
to
Yeah,
that.
that's true.
Let's
I
be
can speak
real.
to that.
Afrobeats
True.
also wasn't big like that here. Let's be real.
But-
for the most
Nah.
part, bro, there were people I know Nigerians that grew up here that told me they were claiming they were Caribbeans,
Caribbeans.
that they were Jamaicans, and that
Yeah.
I've heard stories of that before.
That's
you
true.
know?
No, that's a true talking point.
So this whole thing, like I said, the scene existed before, bro. Like I said, when I say Fuji, and that's special to me because, bro, that's what I used to write to school listening to. Afrobeats existed before there was a Drake. Drake, what the fuck? But The
What's
question was
your take
the
on it?
global rise. You know what my take is on it, yeah?
Because that's what I'm waiting for, and
It's like-
then I'll respond. Go on.
Like I said, I wouldn't, because at the end of the day, the sound is the sound. Good music is good music. So when people, because like I said, I wasn't the one that came up with that question. Someone else came up with the question. I was just like, you cannot necessarily attribute that to Drake, because as much as Come Closer and One Dance with big tunes, and yes, a lot of people had never even heard Afro, like that introduced the concept of Afrobeats to different ears. That is very much true. But at the end of the day, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of better songs than them two songs. All I would say is that Drake, in fairness to him, opened certain ears to that.
100%.
And then from then, and you also have to remember as well, I even forgot, he did the remix to Joe Lepa.
Let's put this in
And then
context.
that blew that up
yeah,
too.
But there was another
on.
person on that song. Let's not forget that everything
Yeah,
happens
Skeppy.
in context.
Yeah.
And that song being legitimate as a proper remix only occurs if Skepta, a British-born Nigerian, is on that song. Let's not forget that.
Because
As a legitimate song, as a song of, this is the remix to the national anthem. It only gets stamped as an official remix that people like if Skepta is also on this song. If Drake is on that song by himself, it gets looked at as, oh, he's going commercial. It doesn't look like a genuine link up.
okay, fair enough. I hear that.
And also, I'd like to say, the person who is posing this question is disrespectful.
You think so?
Yes, because we're taking away the services of people like Don Jazzy. We're taking away. we're taking away
icon.
We're taking away the services of people like the Banch. We're taking away the services of even someone over here like Fuse.
One Day Cole.
One Day Cole, who laid Ice Prince and all these people that who don't get who don't
P
get
Square.
P's- yeah, that's my point. So these people, these people all went glow
Sorry, it's just
Go
the
on.
fact that when he's saying these names, it's just bringing
Memories.
memories and
Memories.
But bro, that's how music works. Music, especially to casual listeners, works on the basis of what memory does this evoke when hearing this. I've heard this. Where was I? That's why there's man that will play old school G Unit. Be like, I was at this bar. I was at this dance. Do you know what I mean? That's how that works. So my point is, are we gonna take away all the work of these founders that all went global with these songs? P Square went global with Chop My Money, the remix with Akon on it. Don't lie.
That's
that
true.
song went global.
That's true.
Hey, the band went global, linking up with good music and
Snoop Dogg.
Kanye West and Snoop Dogg. I didn't even know that, so you can speak to that. But I'm saying that's two. Fuse blew up the UK with his version of the Azonto Warrior movement and all them thing there. So this is all before the Drake feature. If Drake blew up this genre, he would have A been first. So he would have A been first, and B, the song would have reached super different heights. Like, yes, he's the biggest artist in the world. In the similar conversation we had with the UK music, anytime the biggest artist or among the top 5 biggest artists in the world shines their light on something, of course more eyes and ears are attracted to it. He's the biggest artist in the world. Same thing as Edward Sheeran.
So wouldn't that add?
Same thing as Edward. If
Yeah.
same
So
thing as
wouldn't
Edward
that add,
does it.
like some strength to the argument then?
No, because it was global before then. So he had an influence in more eyes and ears listening, but he doesn't get any credence or credit for taking a sound global that is global.
But at
If
the
we're
same time,
saying
even
that,
when you cite songs like "Chop My Money" being global, which indeed they were, I feel they were global to the diasporans. Why people? Okay,
that's not the argument. We're not
listen,
doing that.
I would say to an extent, because one thing I will say though, if there's one set of people that I would exempt, like one group in Nigeria that I would exempt from that, P Square is. I know white people that listened to P Square before Drake, bro. I was shocked. Like I said, I went to school in New York. There were Norwegians that told me, "Have you heard this song by P Square?" I'm like, "What?" I was like, "What do you know about P Square? That's
Alright.
citing bangers, bro."
By your argument, the Peru remix bust Afrobeats and Ed Sheeran bust Afrobeats on a whole different level. That is Capital Radio every blood clot day, without fail. They took his verse out of it, but it's a Peru is Fireboy's song. Ed Sheeran jumped on it. Same thing as the what's the song? The Justin Bieber Wizkid song. That song blew up Afrobeats because it's to a whole different demographic of people, which is bigger than Drake's demographic. Justin Bieber and Ed Sheeran are bigger than Both of them are bigger than Drake's demographic to reach more people, especially Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran is arguably the biggest artist in the world.
Yeah, but which global artist? Akon doesn't necessarily count.
Akon does count,
At the time when he hopped on it, Akon wasn't in his prime. Let's be real.
but he still had the name brand of Akon. Where I know Akon from Locked Up, from I Wanna Love You, and to all these massive international songs
hear
that
that.
cross regions. And
But
Kanye West
Akon
co-signed.
never touched Drake levels of fame.
That's not the point. Kanye West did though, and Kanye West was standing next to D'banj in his video though. That happened,
That's true.
and signed him and put him on the whole of
He was in the Mercy
Us?
video as well.
not even just the Mercy video, the tape that came,
Summer.
Cruel Summer. I'm getting this in the morning, which is
Right.
obviously a remake of I'm getting married in the morning. She on me yellow, babe. Big up King Yellow, man. It's a legendary song. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's a remake of a classic song.
Yeah.
So these moments bust Afrobeats internationally, on top of the work that people in the UK was doing in terms of the whole Afro swing movement, in terms of Timbo and all these people that were laying the groundwork locally. This is before Drake. Same thing as so like this, as I said on the previous episode, the Skepta ASAP Mob link is stronger than the Skepta Drake link. It's before as well.
Yeah.
So that blew up UK music if you want to talk internationally before then. So as much as we need to give him credit and his flowers for shining his massive light on the international scene, he just influenced more people to listen to it. Just like if Cardi B jumps on an Afrobeat song tomorrow, more people are going to listen to the genre. It's international artist. Even though I don't think she's sized with those names, she's a massive name. Do you know what I mean? That's how this thing works. Adele tomorrow links up with Ira Star, Tiwa, any one of these women. That song is going to a new audience. Then we can say Adele was bust Afrobeats. That's the biggest artist in the world. Beyonce has a Shatta Wale collab.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Don't make me play that song. That song is actually a good song as well. That song is crazy.
That's true. That's true. You know.
On a Lion King soundtrack. On a remake of one of the greatest and biggest films of all time. A Ghanaian voice is at the center of the biggest song. And it may have came a little bit after Drake, or is in the same year, 2016.
Oh no, the Lion King thing came out what,
Way
2019?
They weren't 2018, was it?
2019.
Was it 2018, 2019? My bad, I'll take that back.
Yeah, that's cool.
But still, my point is, these moments are happening. That ain't a foreign...
Yeah, but again, does Beyonce hop on such genres if Drake doesn't?
I think she can. I definitely think she can. Because she's
Almost
she's done dancehall.
yeah.
That's like saying... It's like saying Beyonce bust dancehall when she was doing Sean Paul collabs and Sham collabs and all these people... And Beanie Man collabs. What? And of course she...
But dancehall was always big in the West, though.
No, it's not that... Blood. Dancehall, yeah, has the advantage of speaking straight English. But how worldwide was dancehall apart from like Beanie Man, Elephant Man, Sean Paul, apart from dancehall? Reggae has always been the genre to move more worldwide.
Bro, look at what Shakira... You know the song Hips Don't Lie?
That's a reggaeton
I know
song.
but obviously...
That's not reggae. That's not reggae. It's a different genre.
Okay, fair enough. I'll give you that.
It's like... What? Let's see my take on that.
Oh, you know, don't do that. Yeah, let's just
Fat
keep
fuck it.
thinking.
It's the white people's them take on reggae. Those Latino people that you lot call black, some of you, is their take on reggae. Like, let me be honest. That's what it is. Does now Wyclef or one of these lot bust dancehall? Or, bruv, Elephant Man has Twister collabs when Twister was 2004 Twister, like big Twister,
Big
you know what I mean?
Twister. Big boy
He has
Twister.
collabs with Little John. Welcome to me dancing gym, which is the dun 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 dun. Yeah, that remix, innit?
Yeah.
These are the biggest songs in the world at the time. Are these lot bussing dancehall?
Nah, I hear you still.
Or is dancehall so big that the biggest artists in the world cannot ignore it?
I hear
Go
that.
on.
Drake is simply passing through and showing love. Let's just leave that there.
Fair enough. We
Okay.
can leave it at that still.
Yeah,
But that's a
okay.
question I just wanted to bring in. But now let's talk about the growth of Afrobeats or whatever with as much time as we have left still.
Mm.
It's like just me growing up here, watching a lot of this artists. Like I spoke on it, like when they did the Burna Boy episode. Like I grew up watching artists like Burna Boy, Davido, and these man do school concerts, bro. Like when it's like what 200, 300 kids that knew some of the songs, and now these law are selling out arenas. Like it's all so mad to me, yeah. Like even now, it's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll say his name. Like the artist in question. Maybe you can just cut off some other parts that I mentioned before I get in trouble. But the artist in question is he was on
Dope artist.
like again his little brother and my little brother are best friends. I've known for years. Been to his house.
He's dope.
I have his phone number, bro.
Yeah,
it's
man.
like, bro, man's doing up wireless.
More than that, he was wasn't he on? Was it Park Life that he brought him out on stage in England?
Yeah,
And that wasn't that 50,000 people.
blood. And like, this is
I did see that. Yeah.
Park Life was crazy, and he's like, yo, and you see, this is what I love. He made a moment of it, like, yo, people, this is, and made it a thing.
God strike me dead if I'm lying. Didn't know that song was coming out that day. He didn't know.
Mad.
He just gave the verse. He gave the verse the time ago. He didn't even know. His little brother told him the song was on the.
Hold on, this is the song that I love off of the album.
Let me. You look confused.
And
like,
he
what was
didn't
it?
even
When we was
know
on the way to
the
Wireless,
song.
I was rapping word for word. I was on that song, bro.
And deep it, he didn't even know the song was dropping.
Yeah, except for
Do you know
part
how mad
like
that is? He didn't even know
I
the
don't
song
know
was
part
coming
like that,
out.
I'm not gonna lie.
Why didn't you tell me? Man said, I am. Literally, he was like, I'm on the team.
Any weapon formed against me won't prosper. Imposter, I'm a feeling with my best friend like Tommy Lee Sparta. I'm in the Gaza just trying to get bread. Chinese one tech way Niger. Most of my people they struggle and stress. Political corruption, I rise up until the inner government left. It costs to be the boss.
Even on finance,
The man couldn't afford it. 50, mommy found my and I nearly got. I was gonna do.
bored him. I
Had a one night Abram and I take your butt from Shorty.
If you got a
Body
body
like
like
AJ.
and I'ma pay your father's mortgage. Fucking aye.
Big up.
Come on, man.
But maybe your father's
Any weapon formed against me can't.
So in general, like I said, like with just watching like this rise, like I said, like this is that again. Our brothers used to play together. He get me, and now he's doing Park Life. Now he's doing
50,000 people.
in front of 50,000 people. This is Burna Boy with the high tops that was dancing in front of year 7 to year 9 kids, doing up MSG.
More than that, Glastonbury shelling it down.
Blood.
Like 6 state. He's gonna come and do Wembley and Chelsea Stadium, Tottenham Stadium. Next time he comes to the UK, just watch. But please continue.
Bro, Wizkid, yeah. Like again, just talking about just little things, yeah. Before Wizkid was big business, yeah. Wizkid used to live in my neighborhood, bro. He used to live in my neighborhood. So when I see all these things happen, yeah, it's just like, bro, this is insane. Like the meteoric rise. And now, before, people only used to think that, all them top level things were for them top 3. The Wizards, the Davido, Burna. And then before it was just like, P Square, Two Face, like they were on their own level, the Debanch and them lot. Now, look at the I want to say ease of entry, because at the end of the day, I still hope that music is in a place where you still have to be cold to blow. But look at Asake, the Fireboys.
There's so many artists that are not.
Daniels, I
so
think
many
they
artists.
gold. So many of these guys, most of these men aren't even close to 30. They're just cold at what they're doing, and they're selling out shows worldwide. Why? Because the music is sick.
Amazing. Go on, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna ask you as not only a music lover and someone that's watched it like from close view, the meteoric rise. Also, as a producer, do you want to help to elevate that? Want to get to a place where it is like it stays constant? Like
course.
it continues to rise and it stays to a level where like it's recognizable. The sound is just like infectious. You can't go outside without hearing it.
Of course, like even on our thing, yeah, like I said, it was just one day, like we have an episode I was shot time ago. Like we were just like, you know what, yeah, we're gonna do an episode 32 of the best like Afrobeat songs in RP, even though just bringing it down to 32 was such a hard thing.
Mm.
We were straight, we had full on arguments, bro. For 2 days we were stuck on 50
2 days.
and we had to cut it to 32. Before we had to do the whole. I can send you out the bracket. It was hard to do.
It's too many songs.
Cause it was like, bro, like, in as much as we might talk about everything else in Nige politics and it's like, bro, Afrobeats is something that's so influential to us. Shit. Like everybody has a story of how important Afrobeats is to us, and now factoring the rise, and now it's quote unquote cool to talk about these things now because now it's mainstream and now it has like a massive audience. There's no way we're not gonna show love for it. It's impossible.
Are you talking? Because I was asking more from a producer's perspective, but you brought in as a podcast as well.
Yeah.
You want to be able to talk with these artists as well, bring them in. Obviously, Green Passport, Experimentation podcast. When we're in that level where we're talking to the people, even on that level, we're talking to them people soon. Come,
get
man.
me?
We'll be
Soon
around
come,
them.
soon
Yeah,
come.
I was gonna
Let them
say
know. Yeah.
that's next.
That's
Watch.
next.
Coming, man. It's
Come
coming.
on.
But like you contributing to that as well. You're seeing it from like the podcaster's perspective. You want to be doing that.
Of course, I'm gonna show like I will never not show love for that. I would love to just have these sort of artists again when we get to that point. You get me? But even us from the producer element, yeah, like as much as most producers, you grow up like trying to emulate like the American sound because like that's the most popular one and quote easiest to make. Like bro, even now I've been trying to force myself, like teaching myself how to make that sound and try to add my own spin to it in line with what I listen to, my influences and that. It's not an easy thing to do, I'll be real, but it's just something that I've just been putting extra effort to do because that is so important to me. And again, just going back to Asake quickly, yeah, the reason why I have like so much love for his sound, yeah, is like his thing, like his sound, like proper throws me back, bro. Even before Asake, I have tweets always talking about Fuji as a sound is spiritual, bro. You might not understand a word that might be said, but you feel that in your spirit.
Yeah,
Like that spiritual music, like I said, it's from literally the music is literally originates from Muslim calls to prayers. You get me? So that's like really like so touching music. So with me, whenever I get the chance to show love for Afrobeats, even when of course I got the shout, it's just like, oh, we're talking about this today. I'm like, it's one of them topics that I don't really need to prep for. I don't need
He's
to.
coming to
So
it.
you were coming to speak it from
No, I was
the
just
heart.
like, bro, give me a mic, give me 5 minutes. It's like, geez,
I mean, it's been a little bit more than 5,
But
but
you get me, but it's just like,
I got 2 final questions and then we can wrap up. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Who would you name as your top 4 for the new generation leading the charge?
I was gonna put him. I was literally gonna put him. You can't miss Bougie. Bougie's there.
Man, like
Of course,
Benson, you
Asake's
know.
there. Fireboy, of course he's there.
That 4 spot's gonna get contentious, boy.
Bro, I can't lie. I have to give it to Rema.
Yeah, I
Rema's,
hear that.
Rema's special, bro. Rema's special.
Very s- He's gonna his 2 UK shows, blood.
It was Fireboy.
Yeah, dope. Nah,
He done alright.
he's a good performer.
Yeah.
Aye.
For the crowd, especially in Birmingham for the crowd.
No, what? Yeah. we
Those
say that,
Rema
yeah,
shows,
yeah,
bruv,
yeah.
are gonna be a madness. He's gonna tear it. As soon as you hear dung 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 dung, gotta love with your booty, love with your booty,
Like, he's a great performer,
I've seen the videos.
Rema is a
I was-
good
yeah.
performer.
I saw. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nah,
it's
there was
mad.
one I saw.
It was
recently.
mad.
I was gonna ask because the question was on just
Go on.
from Afrobeats, just the artist in general, right? Are we?
I was gonna
Is there not
say.
any
go
female
on.
vocalists?
There's Ira Star,
Ira
Tiwa,
Star, bro.
Amma Ray, blood.
These
If I start listing the female, the women
yeah,
can give some of the man them a run for their money.
Real talk.
Even song creation, everything is on point.
So then this ain't a draw, but did you not want to include them in
No,
this?
but
Any
the
of them you
biggest name, the 4 biggest names he named are probably the 4
Yeah,
biggest.
Yeah, like
How
it's
about
not-
you? Yeah, have you got 4?
I have 4. We're talking like the upcoming. That's gonna like.
Yeah.
We have the 3 major guys: Burna, Wiz,
Oh my
Hey,
god,
videos
how did I
of-
forget Thames?
exactly. And because I forgot Thames, I'm gonna change my 4.
Thames.
Because I would put Thames in there.
Yeah, Thames is there.
Thames is for me. Yeah, Fireboy for sure. Rema's in there, and then what's the last spot that's gonna get taken?
Might have to be Benson still.
Benson.
I put him there because I like what he does with his voice. I'm mainly just talking like preference and what I've listened to as well. Like Benson is I do like him.
Well, my final one, 'cause I had to amend it. Temi is there. She already is a global superstar as we're speaking. She is already. It's not even a discussion. Her, Rema, Asake. Who's at that final spot?
So it's tough, you know.
I'm forgetting the name. Rema, Fireboy, Asake, Thames. Wait, that's 4, innit? Am I bugging?
Yeah, that's cool.
Is that 4?
Yeah, it's 4.
Cool, I'm done.
Bro, Thames.
Say the 4 again.
Thames, Asake, Rema. There's one more. I'm missing one more.
Oh yeah. You are missing one more.
Blood. Thames.
Might have to be Benson, you know. Omale though is my guy. Omale is my guy.
Give him a year or 2. He's coming.
Where do you see the soundscape of Afro fusion, Afro beats going? Because I can hear influence from Ghana now, coming from the high life, like the sugar cane with Camido and all that stuff, making a resurgence. I don't know if it will make the global stage, because I think now, I think that we haven't spoken about yet. You lot have so many artists. There's there's
really
too
show
many of
love.
you lot that are
Yeah.
dope.
Like, we don't really show love to like the because Ghana, like, as much as obviously Niger and Ghana might have little pay rivalry and them things, I still have love for Ghana, their culture and their music and them things. I have serious love for that. Of course I do. But in line with your question, I'm not gonna lie, 2 things are gonna happen, and I'm calling it now. One, the overall sound of Afrobeat is going to 100% improve, because now the barriers to entries aren't as tight as they used to be. Because back in the day, bro, Afrobeats was like a tough genre to break into, bro. So that's gonna happen, and obviously with the access to these producers blowing up, or these producers are sick, so that's gonna happen. At
So
the
are you
same,
talking just within like the country, like people having access to not even the recording, but like to the producers, to the people that they want to work with?
yeah.
Okay.
Because again, back in the day, like, just getting access to all that, even finding studios, and that was impossible. Especially, like, think about how hard that was back in 90s and 2000s over here. Think about what that was like in a third world country. Come on, bro. And
Really sorry to interrupt you. Do not refer to any black country as a third world country.
I hear
There's
it.
no such thing as a third world country. But please continue.
I
Sorry.
rate that. But thanks for the correction, really do. But going back to my point, with the good, there's the bad. And the bad being that certain artists from here, from America, are gonna bite the style, and it's going to be terrible. Like, it's going to be awful, bro. Like, you can bleep this out here, but it would not shock me if you hear a Central C with a talking drum backdrop rapping on some whatever, or
So that girl, she was from Niger. High five.
We don't have to bleep that out.
We're keeping that in there, by the way. Aye. It's already got corrupted. We had Edward on a song that he shouldn't have been on. Edward was on the song, making it a mockery. The song is rubbish. I'm like, ain't no be so.
It wasn't necessary.
Sounded though, hang on.
It actually wasn't necessary.
sounded, man. Nah, bro, it's upsetting.
Yeah,
But-
but sometimes these moves need to be made, man.
No, for
Commerce,
the
we get it.
no, for the artist perspective, make your bread.
It's a big look for Fireboy,
Make
and I've always
your
said that. Hold tight,
bread.
Fireboy, because that's an amazing look.
Yeah.
But
from the artist
from a
perspective, make your bread. Like, even Justin Bieber hopping on Essence, as much as I'm like,
that was meaty.
of course it was. But then from Whiskey's perspective, I'm like, make your bread, bro. From your perspective, do what you want, bro. Do exactly what you want. But from the other artists that bring her back the style, I'm trying to grab onto a little bit of relevancy of our sound, Come on, bro. Go away with that. Like, I don't want to hear that. And like I said, it's just gonna happen more and more now. Why? Because Afrobeat is that genre now. Look at the whole last hard on this country. I said country. This planet.
This world, this
This
universe,
summer, bro.
this universe.
You think these labels don't see that? Of course they see it. They're just like, Them lot are looking. Them lot pay attention to these things.
I think
For real.
just to quickly piggyback on your point, I feel like there's gonna be a lot more TikTokification of the sound,
Of course
and
there
a
is.
lot
I think that's
of
just gonna happen.
bastardization, mongolization of this sound, and it's gonna get to the point where we've already seen it with
Yeah.
Korean Afrobeats.
Yeah.
Sorry, is that a
Yeah,
thing?
that's the thing. That's the thing.
That's the thing. So again, just to keep it short and sweet, that was the issues that's gonna arise.
You are annoyed, bro. It's like, what have I just heard?
There was a part 2 of that question. It's more so that was the downsides, yeah. How about the upsides, and more so, can you see more fusion in the music where there's less barriers?
Of course, because even now, like I said, Asake is like he's his own. Because Amapiano sound was like really like Amapiano is like more of the songs than the artist. A lot of big Amapiano songs, the song more than the artist, and it's just really cool for like vibey type parties. Like it's good as Amapiano songs are good for DJ sets. Like DJs like benefit more than the artists in Amapiano sounds. I'm gonna tell you the truth right now. But with Asake now, because again, Afrofusion is just a mix of different elements while keeping to the sound structures that is Afrobeats. A lot of people are gonna start throwing in more influences into what they like. And like I said, if you're a student of your game and you actually have talent like Asake does, it's gonna sound cold, respectfully. And like I said, with Asake, yeah, it's like, bro, the man has talent. He got an opportunity and he showed it.
And is continuing to shell it, and will probably continue to shell
But
it.
in 2006, real talk, he wouldn't have had the opportunity.
Wow, nah, that's a good point to
Possible. He
raise.
would never have had the chance. And now he does. And I'm telling you, Nigeria is a 200 million. We're 200 million people in Nigeria, bro. Not to forget how much we are in the diaspora, bro. Like, there are many Ashakes that bare man don't know about. Every other day, I'm scrolling on Twitter and then someone's recording, like, someone from the street or whatever that's just vocalizing, like, harmonizing by himself, and it sounds like the most beautiful. That can bring a tear to your face. What's stopping him from being big in music?
Marketing, money, backing, and all the things that go
There's this
into
other
it.
guy, man, I've forgotten his name off the top, but he's amazing. Like, he's amazing as well. He's in, like, a village in Niger as well. I've forgotten his name. I'll probably give you guys the name so you guys can try to just put it on the screen or whatever, because I really want this guy to get his flowers, bro. Because, again, he's another Fuji guy, but he mixes his Fuji stuff with, like, kind of, like, Western sounds. Like, he kind of samples, like, big Western songs with, like, the Fuji vibe. I actually have a video. I'll show you once we cut this off.
Yeah,
He
yeah, yeah.
sounds so cold. But what's stopping him from being... Because every bigger artist I've seen him just like, oh, my God, this is beautiful. Oh, my God, this is blowing my tear in my face. Take him to the studio and change this guy's life, bro. I'm tired
I think
of
it'll
my-
happen soon. I think it'll happen soon.
And I feel like someone's gonna eventually gonna be like, you know what, bro? Nah, you sound too amazing.
And
Come
it
on,
will
bro.
probably be the same man that's been taking all of them recently. Olamide.
It wouldn't shock me.
It wouldn't shock me as a man to find a man off the street and say, dog, you have it. Let's put you in the studio, collab with Fireboy, collab with Asake. Do you know what I mean?
Not everybody deserves studio time. I'm gonna be real, and that goes for all genres on the planet here. But certain man,
Deserve it.
real talk,
good
yeah, all they need is studio time.
And I think that's a wonderful note to wrap up on. And I think this episode has probably been amongst the most fun to record in terms of the interaction with the music.
Yeah.
And it has been your boy, L Ants RBG, LL Cool A, Grand Verbalizer LA in the building.
Guy,
That's what I tried to do at the start intro and I didn't get to do it. But
Verbalizer, you know.
yeah, Grand Verbalizer is my thing.
Come on.
And big up to the most amazing co-host in the whole world.
Smoothest voice out in West London. I make music, I write stories, and we are making history right now. Jerry
Right
the Kid,
now,
aka Return of the Kid, you know what's good.
And the boy himself, he's right now, he's doing an edit while he's listening and he's controlling the levels. He's a maestro.
He's working. He's always working.
He's top tier.
He's working.
Come
He's
on,
top
bro,
tier.
what's clear?
He's undeniable.
Clear.
The boy J10,
J10.
You don't beg no friend. And I'm the boy L.A.
No one
and only. Come
You
on.
guys are too funny, man.
Hey, big up my boy Ohiz. Again, a
Family.
family thing we say. Like I know,
Family
guess to the
setting,
thing in a
bro.
dog.
Bro, family setting.
I've really enjoyed this episode, man.
Of course.
And this has been the greatest podcast in the whole entire world. The Experimentation
I
Podcast.
mean, man has his own thing.
you can shout out your
Green
thing.
passport, you know. What?
Quickly though, because this is
We're
this
back
is our time.
soon. Don't worry. Don't watch that. But you know, big up the second greatest podcast
Oh,
in the
like
world.
that.
You know,
Podcast wars happening right now,
I
people.
was about to say subscribe to this thing. I feel like
Nah. We're not gonna do that now.
Nah, bro.
No,
obviously, love to these lot, bro. I always love showing love. That's my friend for you. Nah, but it's always love to these lot. Subscribe to these lot, man. It's
That's a surprise to us.
surprise.
So wiffly.
thinking of that one day.
But yeah, bro, it's always love to these. Like I said, I'm not a guest here, bro. I kick on my feet and that, like, bro, this is home now. But obviously, shout out J10, brother LA.
We're there,
Come
man.
on, Jerry the Kid, aka.
Return of the king.
I like you.
Come on, bro.
Come on.
Yeah.
Working. Hey, man, them. Like and subscribe. Don't ever forget. We need it. We're trying to get out of the hood. We're trying to blow.
The community,
We're trying to
man.
get
We're
out,
building
man.
a community.
Help us, man. We're trying to get out the hands.
Yeah, no, but we're also building community.
We're also
That's
building
the
the
main thing.
and I forgot to say this in the intro. We're empowering, uplifting. We're doing our bit, man.
Educating.
We're
as
educating
much as we can.
as much as we can. And there's gonna be days where we just want to bust jokes. Allow us now.
me?
We just want to bust jokes.
Join us, man.
Join us, man. We're here
Comment
to
in
get.
the section. Tell us why you always think L is right. If
Well,
you
it's
think
true. 98% of the time, I'm right.
that. JJ's giving a.
He can bust his face all want to, blood. Continue your editing.
Oh, no, that was rude. That
Whoa,
was rude. That was rude.
whoa,
That was rude. Hey, you could be editing our thing right now. What you did?
Man said,
What you did?
joking.
Just see dickhead floating over your head the whole thing.
And people, we're signing out. Love, appreciate everyone that's been watching. Yeah, yo, yellow. Huh.
Come on.
Love.
Done though.